New York. This is Singapore.
Oh, all the
Technically
real
different,
world,
right?
yeah, all the real world tracks kind of blend together.
Ah. Had the mistake of unplugging my controller thinking that I could just leave it in like my PlayStation, but no!
Why unplug it?
Because the cable I was using is very, very newish still. And so I can't like get it where I want it to. So I just unplugged it because it's still fully charged. I just did it. I had plugged it in originally to just get the controller synced up because my wife was using it on her Switch. So, and then I was just like, and then they're like, oh, well, you unplugged it. So even though there's no other controllers connected, we need you to confirm that it's connected. And I'm just like, oh, come on.
Hey man, I might get confused.
Tell me about it.
Is this like 50 cc? Because it feels very
It feels
slow.
super slow. Holy crap. Yeah, it does. I'm sorry. I thought online was always 150 or mirror.
If we're lucky, it's 200.
Oh, F that shit. 200 don't belong in this game.
Separates the men. So how it should be.
How it should be again. Come on.
Yep. Podium finish. That's how it should be.
Hey. This is definitely a random one.
At the rate people are choosing, I don't think it's gonna be very random. I think statistically speaking, we are likely going to F-Zero.
We could.
It certainly look like F-Zero. Definitely F-Zero.
Yeah, the odds are not against it. But there's always a chance. Nope, F that. The moment it starts to slow down and I'm just like, and there's like 5 F-Zero maps in a row.
Ow.
Whoa, double bombs. Okay, guys, calm it down there. Oh, crap, I thought I could get that. Oh, jeez, the green shell. I've never understood people who have a boost and then they try using a boost on a boost pad. I'm like, that doesn't really do much for you. You know that, right?
That's 2 times the boost, guy. That's just mathematics. It's mathematical. Fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus. How the hell did you get a star in 3rd place there, Yoshi?
Boo.
Oh, did Boo give him one?
How else would you get it?
Luck of the draw, I guess. I don't know. 4th. Yeah, not terrible, I guess.
Let's see how fast I run to the bathroom.
I better be fast. I guess we'll go random.
Hello. Hallelujah, I made it back.
You made it back. Yippee.
All right. Oh, look at that. A bunch of tracks that are in the base game.
Hey, I picked my random. I did my job, okay? Oh, come on. One more away from an actual random game. Like, come on. Jesus,
Okay.
come on.
Okay. See how it is.
I mean, at least it's just the one that's constantly just goes right to the finish line. It's not 3 laps, so this one tends to go pretty fast.
I don't know. I don't like these ones though. I like ones where there's laps. I like driving in circles.
Why you like Baby Park?
It activates that American side of my brain.
Well, we all know you
zeal for
love
circles.
NASCAR, right?
NASCAR. Love NASCAR. Just absolutely love it. I can't get enough of people turning left.
Over and over and over again.
For 200 laps.
Wow, game, really? That was a bunch of bullshit. Was that your shell? My God. You need to work on your evil laugh there a bit.
Hey. It did its job, all right?
Oh, God damn it, you're green shell. I didn't even see that because you're still small.
If you consider not trying to run me over, asshole, it's called karma. You only have yourself to blame on that one.
There's fireballs everywhere. My God. Ah. Go, go, go. I'm in 12th motherfucking place. 11th. My God.
Second.
I got absolutely smacked across the face. This mat. Oh, my God. Ay.
All right.
What'd you get?
Second.
All right. Something is not right with the world if that's happening.
No, that's correct. I should be a podium finish every goddamn time. It's through sheer perseverance by not using the DLC card that I'm able to get this position.
Yeah, because totally the DLC card's the reason that you're beating me.
It is. It really is. The DLC card is your handicap. That's how you keep getting all these podium finishes. So I have to work doubly hard, even triply hard to get onto the podium.
Oh, do you?
I don't cheat. I don't cheat. I don't cheat. I don't use the DLC card. Look, I'm just calling it as I sees it.
Argentina, Japan, Mexico, the US. Got a pretty well-rounded international race going on here.
And what have we learned?
That you get
internationally, everyone's goddamn stupid. They keep choosing the same goddamn 5 tracks.
That too.
It's not a country issue, it's a human issue.
It is a human issue.
Check that green shell.
Not particularly.
Did you like that one?
You didn't hit me with the green shell.
It showed on my screen you getting hit, and then you somehow went past me.
Oh, well, that right there is just Nintendo Online.
And to think I pay money for this.
Yep. Well, there. A red shell did its job, so.
It's about goddamn time.
Oh, there goes your bullet bill.
It was better than a star, Tallen.
Bullet bill?
Yep.
Honestly, it is.
The best oh, what the fuck?
He's Mario trying to run his own brother over.
Look, he's got money on the riding on this, all right?
I thought he was just trying to impress Princess Peach the entire time.
No, he's got money, a lot of it.
Oh, PD Piranha, you ass. Are you kidding me with that? Oh my god. All right, maybe Mario Kart was a mistake tonight. Really thinking it was a mistake. Oh, hold the mushroom. Got it.
Ow.
10th. Wow. Ay.
I can't win them all.
Nope, can't win them all on that one. Just remember, everybody, when it comes to Mario Kart, all the chance in the end. There is no such thing as skill in this game. All right, Mount Warrior, I've got to definitely pick.
No, the correct answer is always random, guy. We've gone over this.
Well, at least most people are agreeing with me.
About what?
Mount Warrior.
Tallen, we just went over this. You shouldn't take solace in the fact that the dipshits agreed with you, because it implies a very big fact you don't want to know.
And that would be?
The dipshits agree with you. You're one of them.
I'm one of them.
One of us. One of us.
All right. Well, I gotta redeem myself of that 10th place, because damn, was that pathetic.
The DLC card can only fix so much, Talon.
Hey, at least I'm not wearing the DLC helmet.
There's a DLC helmet.
Yeah, don't you remember? That's where this whole thing started.
No, I don't remember that. No, it was DLC cart. What was the helmet?
Yeah, the helmet is something you could put on your Mii. And when someone we were playing with a couple of years ago was wearing it, and he was winning all of the races. And so we're like, oh, it's because of the DLC helmet.
No, I'm pretty sure you're just making that up. No.
No, I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back like 2 years, but I'll have to find the stream and show you.
That is a Godspeed and good luck. That is quite the arduous task.
I know. I don't even want to try it, but you know, hey.
What's up, everybody?
What up, Bobby?
What's up?
You get Mario Kart back from your brother?
No, I forgot to ask, and I haven't played that game in like, what year is it? In like 6 or 7 years, so.
That's impressive.
I was like, eh. I bought it for Switch, and I was going to play it, then my brother's like, can I borrow it to stream? And then he's had it for 3 years, so.
Well, we know it's not Chin, so it must be the other brother.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do, maybe I'll play Rivals. I'm on my computer, or I could. I'd have to figure out a way to get the mic to work and turn around and play Rebirth, because I was playing that.
What chapter are you on?
8.
8. Oh, you're almost. You're so close to 9. 9's like the best chapter in that game.
I'm under the saucer.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm getting the green.
Yeah, you're close to getting to chapter 9, which is honestly one of the best chapters in the game.
I got so demotivated after Lemon ruined it for me.
After what?
After Lemon ruined it for me.
What everyone this
It
time?
was all Lemon's fault. How dare he?
No, it was like right after it released, Lemon, and you spoiled the fact that things don't change, and I was like, oh.
It's almost like the remake is a remake.
It's a remake. But you know what though? It's not necessarily on Lemon. That's kind of on them for, you know, it being somewhat horseshit. The fact that they like, you know, were like,
have
oh,
said,
everyone's
they
in
have
charge of
said
your own
from
fate.
the beginning that it was a remake and it was sticking to the story. That's what they've always said.
The
Do you want me to
whole point
find
of
the
first-
interviews? I
Are
will
you
find
sure
the
about
interviews
that
and
with
send them
them?
to you right now.
They can
I
say
don't
what they
think
want.
so,
The whole
Tim.
first game was literally them going like, we can change fate. Like that was the entire first game, Talent.
It wasn't.
I
Go
don't
back
wanna-
and play it again, dude.
I don't want to hear it.
No.
This apologist over here. Just,
This guy's a Square Enix shill.
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
it's kind of
tell it to
ridiculous.
the videos that I've literally called them out all the time. Yeah,
No, he calls them out on their expectations when it comes to Final Fantasy VII. He's like, "No, you guys are right. You're good. Whatever you want to do."
No, they
Yeah.
They have a terrible marketing when it comes to not just all their games, but especially this remake project. They are really bad at just picking a lane and sticking with it sometimes in terms of what exactly how they're trying to communicate things, and a lot of that is also lost in their horrendous translations. I don't know whoever the head translator is over at Square, but they need to be fired and never given a job ever again.
It's not.
this what-
It's not translate. Remember, like localization is more than just translation. Because if you just translate it, a lot of stuff doesn't carry over, man. Like you know that.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is the guy, whoever the person is who translate their things, they don't even know that. Because there are times where they will translate something and I look at the English and I listen to the Japanese and I'm like, okay, tell me this. Why is it that the Japanese and literally every other language aside from English actually has the proper translations, but then the English is like, hey, we're just gonna throw in these random lines or make it actually sound like this when it's really not that. Ow, double bombs, that
Well,
hurts.
they're doing their best to make Sephiroth a little less dorky, but they're working with what
Since
they
when is
got,
Sephiroth
right?
been dork?
Sephiroth's an absolute dork.
Sephiroth is a dork. He's
He is
like,
a total dork. Let's bring back some
bombs.
earlier ones.
he's one of those like, you know, he
Kefka,
is.
That'd be great.
He's like the dorky villain, man. He's like, everything cloud.
He's a
Everything
quintessential
Have you
90s
seen-
edgelord.
Yeah, have you seen Grandma's Boy? Like that guy? Yeah, that is Sephiroth. Like he is the and 11 is right. He's the edgelord, and it's just like lame and dorky now. And it's okay. In the 90s, it was super cool, but like Sephiroth is lame, dude. Like
Well, and he kind of like stands out really bad in this one because they've really fixed a lot of the other characters, but not Sephiroth.
But not
just
Sephiroth.
as-
He's still
as
just
bad
kind
as
of-
he was in the 90s.
he's just a wiener. Like
The wiener, God.
that's the only way to put it. Like he's just like
God, I feel like I'm back in
He's-
elementary school. He's just a wiener, man.
he's just like it's like he just strolled out of a Hot Topic and you know he's got something to say, something to prove, and you know like it's kind of like when you go into Hot Topic nowadays, you see a bunch of people my age, and it's like that's not cool. Like
Guess I'm glad I don't have to deal with Hot Topic.
Hey,
like I
they're-
went to Hot Topic
decent metal
today
shirts.
because I was like, Lemon, you're
God.
you're just furthering my point, bud.
Hey.
You're just furthering my point, bud.
It saves me all of $15 to get my ghost shirt, all right? Come on now. Come on.
Well, like I went in there today and I was like, yo, everyone in here is like 35. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Exactly. Hey, at least it's still open. I can't say something
there are
Macy's and-
no
Somehow
no-
Hot Topic has stayed open, but like Macy's and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
just can't figure
Sears
it out.
gone.
Did Sears
the
closed down
millennials-
like 10 plus years ago?
Yeah, well, you know, you say that, tell them there's still the shell of a Sears at the mall by my house. It
Wait,
just says
Lemon, is
Sears.
that Sears still over where we used to live?
It looks like a Sears, but that's a Winco.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, which
Dude,
is like,
Winco rules. Like, that's a win.
it's like a mix between like Wally World and Costco. It's a cool place.
I didn't realize someone with 45,000 followers follows me on Blue Sky. That's weird.
Dude, it's so random the people who follow me on there.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool. Like, you're cooler than me, dude. But, you know.
Yeah, now I have more followers on Blue Sky than I ever did on Twitter.
The only thing about Blue Sky that I don't like is it's so behind Twitter in terms of like keeping up on shit. Like, which is why I still use Twitter, because it's like we have to be looking at gaming stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's the main reason I still
But
hang
it's
out on
like,
Twitter.
I have to have that access as quickly as possible, because like
Exactly.
sometimes we have to go, do we need to make a video on this? Like, we need to plan and we need to know and get as much information as soon as possible. Even if we're not putting video out like that second, we still need to be able to.
It's good to have the article and bookmark it.
exactly.
God, Blue Sky, at least let me bookmark stuff. That's all I ask for.
That too. That's
Just
one
let me
thing that
bookmark
Blue
it.
Sky
Stuff.
is
Like
just-
that's all I'm asking for.
It's real bad on Blue Sky. Like,
Yeah.
why can I not bookmark?
And it's
Like,
weird because the guys who make Blue Sky are the ones who originally had Twitter.
Not even
they?
really more though. Jack Dorsey left. Because
Yeah,
Jack
I
Dorsey
thought
pretty much,
the guys who owned Twitter before they sold it, they're the ones who made Blue Sky. No?
they started it, but
they
they're not
started
there
it, but
anymore.
then they left.
Yeah, they ditched.
Oh, okay. That part I did not know.
Well, I mean, it's probably for the best. Jack Dorsey's a bit of a dipshit.
He kind of is. He's like a neo-lib Elon Musk.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Except without the pure evil, he's just kind of evil, you know? Like,
Elon Musk just needs a hug and no one's going to give it to him. And it's clear he just wants some attention.
it's
Because no one
real.
likes
Oh
him.
yeah, he just wants attention. That's all he wants. It's not exactly a secret.
Just wants some friends just that like him for him, not because of his money.
Yeah, and then he goes and pisses off the
He
entire
just
gaming
needs a
community
hug.
with his Path of Exile. Was it Path of Exile or Diablo? I can't remember.
Yes.
Both.
Both. Okay.
You know,
He said, oh, you're. He's like, oh, top in the world in
He's
Diablo.
like top 10 in the world or something like that, and then
And then in Path of Exile, he's like, oh, I'm the top 3 or some shit. And then people are like, you don't even know how to play the game.
I was going to say that he goes on stream. He has no idea what any of his gear does. He's like, yeah, this isn't very good. It's only like 65. And someone's like, that's like one of the best gear in the game right now.
It's like one of the best things you could get in the game. You're like, yeah, you clearly don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what's her name went out and defended him just for Diablo 4.
He's like, I will double your child support this month. That's what happened.
Grimes is like, yeah, no, it's you totally legit on Diablo. It's got bullshit on Path of Exile. He's like, damn,
What's really funny is that,
it's a bridge too far.
like, I don't know why she's defending like deviant loser behavior.
Wait, who even is this? I don't even know this.
Like his
Grimes.
ex-wife, Grimes,
Yeah.
the singer, right?
Oh, jeez.
Because
That's
she has
drama.
nothing else going though. I mean, she probably just needs to get back in the limelight a bit.
Could.
He has a new album coming out or something.
That's it. Just makes everybody angry. Just to.
Yeah. Well,
I need
hey,
to get back into Baldur's Gate.
I thought you beat that game, or at least the main story.
I played a bit of it, but I didn't beat it.
Oh.
Talon does not simply beat
Don't tell the
Baldur's
players. Don't tell
Gate.
the players, man. They'll ridicule. How could you not beat the best game ever?
No, I'll be honest when I haven't played or beat a game, like, but yeah, I played it. It was so much, and I was really enjoying it, but it's just so much that I was like, I just don't have time for this.
I just don't like D&D. I just am tired.
No,
of
I
these
dug it.
rules.
Like, it was cool.
just-
It's the coolest thing to like an actual Dungeons and Dragons. But it's the hard thing. It's the same reason why I stepped away from Rebirth. It's just like something that's going to take me 200 hours is hard for me to be like, yeah, you know, like
It's a commitment.
it's a commitment. I'm older. It's like, give me Alan Wake 2, like 20 hours, 25 hours. I'm good.
It's the perfect amount of time.
Perfect amount of time. Play like 1 or 2 hours a night, finish it within a month, couple weeks, you know, and we're good. Had a good time. I even got the platinum, you know?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a good platinum. Solid platinum. All it is just collectibles.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty close. I'm pretty sure. I could probably go through it again and get it.
It's yeah. I mean, yeah, it's because if you do New Game Plus, you keep all the ones you got. Just get the mayor's arm. Good. Like, that literally shows you where everything is. So.
All right. When am I gonna get sniped by 10 different items and get pushed into 12th? Survey
You're only in the
says.
first lap.
Oh, there's the first item.
It is.
Well, the pack is like right behind you.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're really pulling away.
Do 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 do. Yeah da 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 da. Yeah da da. Man, Final Fantasy 7 rules.
I mean, Rebirth is a good game. My personal game of the year.
Rebirth is really good. Get back into playing. It's like this game is so good. Jeez.
I just love the. I think the best thing about it that I personally like is the combat. The fact that the fact that they made the combat in remake like 6 months before it released or something like that, and then Rebirth just is like, okay, so we have a good system, let's just improve it now. And I'm
Let's
like,
just make it all
geez.
good.
Yeah, it's just like, oh god.
Oh, I should finish up the Saboteur. That game, if you 100% that game is long.
Saboteur, like the PS3 360 game Saboteur.
Yeah, I worked
Dude,
on
I
that.
remember
Lemon.
that game. Ah, that was a cool game.
That was one of my favorites that I worked on.
It was a cool ass game.
We had to test the breast patch. That was fun.
I remember that. It was like a pre-order gimmick.
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
it made people mad. I was just sitting there. We're like sitting there back in the day, go like, all right, like this is cool, I guess. They're like, make sure all of the videos play, because if they stop, that breaks compliance. Okay, I guess I'll have to watch this over and over again to make sure it works for compliance.
That's funny.
The original Gooner game before Stellar Blade.
Yeah. Oh, that was a time that was like, yeah, it was a badge of honor for your game to have like nudity and stuff. Because I feel like every fucking
that
game
and
had it.
Duke Nukem, you know, like.
Wasn't Duke Nukem one of the originals to do that, like back in the day?
Yeah, it was like one of the first for way back. I have too many games on Steam.
That's not possible.
I mean, doesn't that describe every single person who has Steam?
Oh, I didn't even claim my Humble games this month. What are the games for January? Where's my choice?
I don't know.
Give me my games.
But let us know.
January 2025. What are the... Oh, Fort Solis. I guess that's cool. Blasphemous 2. That's cool. I don't know any of these other games. Usually I'll get like at least 4 that I know, you know? I do like this, though. It's just like, oh, pay like $11 and you generally get something cool, you know? Like November, I got Persona 4 Golden.
Nice. That's a good one.
Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, Cassette Beasts.
Ooh, Cassette Beast is pretty good.
Yeah, and Lamplighters League, which I heard is good. And then I heard Karma Zoo is okay. So that was like 5. It's like, oh, okay, at least they're all right. December was, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I got to install it on the deck. Oh, and then Crime Boss Rockay City, which I heard is awful. It's terrible. That's
Yeah, I kind of remember when that came out.
Oh, but it has Venba. That's good. Atlas Fallen.
I think I know what that game is.
Reign of Sand. Old World. The Invincible. What is this? This looks interesting. 88%. Very positive. You're a highly qualified, sharp-witted astrobiologist named Yasna. Being entangled in a space race, you and your crew end up on an unexplored planet Regis 3. Planet Philbin. Scientific journey quickly turns into a search mission for lost crewmates. Follow its trail, but be fully aware that every decision you make can bring you closer to danger. Oh, it looks like just like a straight up like kind of.
What is it? Don't leave us hanging.
Leave us hanging there.
It looks like Starfield if it was like a mystery thriller kind
You're
of.
about to say it looks like Starfield if it was gonna be good.
Does that have a map though?
Does it have a map?
Don't get him started on the map thing. He's playing a game right now that didn't give him a map for 3 hours into the game.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, oh god, it's Starfield all over again.
Yeah, Tales of Graces doesn't give you a map till 3 hours into the game. It's still not even a very good map.
But Bomb
Very
Rush
salty.
Cyberpunk, I've heard is fantastic. 98% on Steam. Like, yes.
Wow, okay. When it came out, like very lukewarm on it. I bought it just because what's his name? did the music for
It's
it.
just Jet Set Radio, man.
Yeah.
What do you
Like the
look
Jet Set
for
Radio
about?
guy. Came
I know. It's just Jet Set Radio. That's all it is. Jet Set Radio 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. I'm down. Give me this key. Where's my key? Oh.
All right, I'll take 4.
God is cruel
That was God cruel.
because DLC cart got you just a little bit further ahead of me. It's not fair.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Sounds like I'm not a cheater issue.
I was finally able to get rid of Alan Wake 2 on Epic because I got it on PlayStation. It actually ran great on PS5 Pro. 40 FPS mode was really good with like ray tracing, looked great. I can deal with 40 FPS I found. 30 is like, it's so weird how you think 30 and 40 like, oh, that's bad. 40 I'm like, okay, it's slow, but it's not like a slideshow.
Look, all right. The human eye can't see more than 24 and a half frames per second. All right, you guys are just full of it.
Anyone who says that is a communist.
Wait, say it again. I didn't hear
More
what you guys were saying.
cinematic. So the human eye can't see more than 24 and a half frames per second. You guys
God.
need to stop. More cinematic.
I see those people on Twitter who are like, "Oh, you can't see more than 60 FPS," and the literal studies say that we perceive things as really smooth starting at 60 FPS. Right, that's when it starts to look like close to lifelike smoothness. After that, it's like, if you were to perceive how fast that we see, isn't it something like 800 FPS, like our visual uptake, something like that?
Could be something like that. Yeah, I'd have to.
It's something stupidly high, and people are like, "You can't see more than 60 FPS."
I think
bro."
honestly, it's the people who say like you can't see past that. First off, they've never actually seen a monitor or anything that can go above 60. Probably, they've
That's
never
the other
actually
thing, yeah.
turned on a PC or gone over to a friend's PC or whatever who has, let's say, a 120 FPS monitor, a 240 or whatever, and actually looked at the difference side by side instead of trying to compare. And because anytime they'll be like, "See, you can't do it," and then they'll bring up like these really hard compressed Twitter videos, YouTube videos, and I'm like, why are you showing this? Like, you clearly have not actually seen what it looks like.
And they'll try and show you it on their iPhone that has
Their
a 60
iPhone that has
FPS
only
screen.
60. Yeah, it's just like, no, just stop it. You don't even know what you're talking about.
It's so stupid. Maybe I could play Psychonauts 2. I did get that. It was like $8.
That was a good game.
That was a good game, yeah.
Yeah, it makes me so sad because Double Fine rules, and yet they're owned by like the worst.
Wait, who are they owned by again?
Microsoft.
Not the worst. Let's be real. Like, Ubisoft exists.
I mean, they did pay lip service and said if it wasn't for Microsoft, the game wouldn't have been made. So
They had Satya Nadella with a shotgun in their bag.
turns out it's actually his favorite game of all time.
Probably had terrible sales, though.
Of course, everything Double Fine makes it has terrible sales.
Has terrible sales. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
That's
Remedy,
kind
where
of-
Remedy doesn't sell a ton, but they make awesome shit. Like,
Yeah, Double Fine has always sold like shit. Every
Yeah.
one of their goddamn games.
even when I worked, like when at their height, when we put out Brutal Legends when I was at EA.
Oh, suck on that, Talon.
Yeah, I
Like,
got
that
bombarded
was
with items in 11th place, dude. Yeah, you beat me by one spot.
That was the
Yeah.
height of Double Fine in terms of like their popularity, and that was like, remember, that was when Jack Black was super popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's still super popular, but like that was like
That was back before you became an asshole.
like
What was that?
Tenacious
What was that
D
game that he
going.
was in, Lemon, that you loved? That metal music game?
Brutal Legend. We're just
Yeah.
talking
That's what
about.
we're talking about.
Okay, that's what you're. Okay, that's what you're. I couldn't remember the name of
Like,
it.
what's that game you guys were just talking about?
Dude, those are back. That was God. What was that back in high school for us, Lemon?
I think it was like right after high school.
Was it after high school? Okay, yeah. I knew it was like back in 08 or 09 or something like that.
I think it was 09 or 2010.
Stop! I hate you both.
You're not that much older than us, Bobby. Stop acting like you are.
I was testing that game while you children were in high school.
Well, selling
Well,
all the
no,
games to
2009
buy
was when we
from
graduated high
GameStop.
school, and if it was actually 2010, technically we were in university. So.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was 2009.
So when okay.
Okay, so that's right as we graduated then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you this: I did test games that you played when you were in high school. Played Bad Company 2 or Battlefield
Oh, yep.
1943.
Bad Company 2. Played
Bad
a lot
Company
of Bad
2.
Company 2.
Yep.
If
There
you
we
played
go.
Rock Band, Green Day, or Beatles.
God, we played
Yeah, played a
so
lot of
much
that.
Bad Company 2.
If you played Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah, Origin. Yep. I love that game.
Dead Space.
Oh,
The
I
original
love Dead Space.
There you go.
Spore, Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's
I never
Edge.
kept
God, I
with
remember
those.
Mirror's Edge.
That was,
Mirror-
it was mid back then.
Mirror's Edge rules. Like,
No,
I don't care what
no.
anyone says. Mirror's Edge.
It was a
Oh,
it was a fun
it-
game. Yeah, it obviously had its issues and its quirks and everything, but you know what? It was fun.
No, it's so unique.
It
That's
is.
the
It's
thing
a very
about
unique
it. It's
game.
like,
Yeah.
it's an FPS where you're not supposed to shoot. You're just supposed to run. That's so cool. And then the actual first person parkour, like nobody's done anything close to that except for Dead Island. And even Dead Island
Oh,
wasn't
yeah, yeah.
nearly that clean. Not Dead Island. What was the other one? Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
Dying Light.
Dying Light. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing, but even
Practically the
Dying
same
Light
game.
wasn't nearly that clean. Like Mirror's Edge is just so cool for doing that, and like that's when people talk like EA sucks forever. It's like, dude, like when I worked at EA was doing awesome stuff.
Yeah, there had a bit of a
Like,
renaissance back then.
that was like the golden age of EA that they never are gonna hit again.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so weirdly, I'm claiming all my keys except for this crime boss Rockay City.
Why not claim that one too? Just put on your thing.
71% mostly positive. It's like it's.
Oh, did you guys see Warrior 64's post today about Honey Pop?
No, what did it say?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
he followed it up with the how to hide a game.
Yeah, how to hide.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
it was like this
I
man
haven't been online at all. Like, what was this?
It's a Gooner game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Honey Pop is like the OG Gooner game,
Uh-huh.
and it's free today. And so Warrior 64 put that post, and then right below it, how to hide games on your Steam profile.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Oh, that's way too funny. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, the banana. What? That's the only reason you beat me, Lemon. That's the only reason you beat me.
Bullshit.
That is the only reason you beat me.
Bullshit. It's called I'm a good racer, and I don't drive over bananas because I'm good at racing. All that NASCAR I've been watching. Uh-oh. Shroom Ridge. It's a Tallen's Turnpike analogous track.
Okay, so since I have both of you here, I want to get your guys' raw inputs and opinions on Switch 2 reveal, what you want to see from the Switch 2, and all that kind of stuff. So, Lemon, I want to hear from you first. What are your just overall thoughts on it and everything? What are you most excited for? And what did you think of the reveal and everything?
The Switch 2 looks like a Switch with like a case on it. Like some aftermarket plastic case.
Looks like they put the D-brand skin over it, you know?
Yeah, kind of like a plastic D-brand skin.
The Edgelord D-brand.
It's like a
What was it? The
quote-unquote
kill
shock
switch-
absorber.
Kill switch case? Is that what it was?
I can't remember what it's called. I really don't care about, like, I mean, my Switch never leaves my house. It's never really a handheld. I'm curious what the port situation will be on the stand or the dock, if they'll have an Ethernet port on that.
I mean, if they're taking everything from the OLED version, then yeah, hopefully it should.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I'm hoping for some cool games. I want Metroid Prime 4. I want a new. Saying I want a new Mario Kart seems kind of boring because I'm pretty sure it's a new Mario Kart, unless they really are taking the piss and slapping 24 players in a Mario Kart 8, which I guess could be funny. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to more Nintendo games that aren't going to run like complete ass. That's more it for me.
Well,
just don't want
because
games
the
to run like
technology
ass
on the
anymore.
Switch is what, 10 years old at this point right now?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so then what is a game that you really hope that comes to the Switch? Whether it's a game from the other consoles that they've had, but you can't play on the Switch, or just what are you hoping from Nintendo? Like 3D Mario? You hoping for a top-down Zelda again? A 3D Zelda? Like what are you excited for?
Yes
Yes to all of it.
I want a new Zelda. I want a new Mario, and I want a new Mario Kart. I mean, at this point, since they already said they're going to put out Metroid Prime 4 eventually.
I mean, it's been almost 6 years since they started the development for it all over again. It was 2019 when they originally said, "Hey, we're giving it back to retro," and they're starting fresh. So, I think we could see it this year potentially.
It would be cool if that Kid Icarus remake came out. I never played on the 3DS.
Oh god, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else major though. Yeah, I just want more Nintendo games. That's really it.
Yeah, that's the thing with like Switch, and that's one of those things that like I remember people going like, when the Switch is coming out, people going, "Oh, it's not going to be powerful enough to do third party, so like Nintendo's going to die." And Nintendo was like,
hold my beer.
Okay. Yeah, Nintendo was like, "Okay. You thought, here's Zelda. Here's Breath of the Wild outselling the actual console itself for like 6 months. It had like 115% attachment rate because people bought the game going, I'm getting this, so when I get the console, I can play it immediately."
So was that the actual 150% just the Switch version of Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Okay.
The Switch version had like 115% attachment rate.
Because I was one of the weirdos who had a Wii U, and I bought it on Wii U.
Gross. I had a Wii U too, but I bought a Switch literally for that game.
I don't think I could find a Switch. I think that was my issue. So I just said, F it, I'm just going to go buy it on Wii U.
Yeah, it took me a couple months to get one myself personally.
I had the advantage of, I was engaged back then. The fiance went to work super early, so I took the kids to school. So I got up just like a half hour early, watched the Nintendo Direct, and then took the kids to school, and on the way back from taking them, just stopped at GameStop, hopped in line, and reserved one right there.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, it was very lucky. That's just how it worked out. So
I will say though, when it comes to the Switch, so obviously I think the only thing that made it not as exciting in terms of the Switch 2 reveal was unfortunately, this is just the industry that we're in, especially Bobby and I, like we just knew the Switch 2 was coming, right?
Yeah.
Because of all the leaks and rumors and everything. And to all the comments about like it's just a more powerful Switch, it's like that's what we've been asking for.
that's literally all.
We've wanted. And you really think Nintendo is going to, not learn from the Wii U and be like, okay, look, the naming scheme, the 2 is perfect for all of those parents and grandparents out there. The 2 is for them. It's literally for them. That's the whole point of it.
It was less than 5 though.
I told Brad, I remember back then, he was like, "What? What's Nintendo going to do for the next console?" I was like, "Why would they do anything but the Switch? They have no reason to, like, if they get to like Switch 4 and sales start declining, then maybe they think of a new gimmick. But until then, they literally have no reason to change what they're doing aside from increasing the power every X amount of years."
Yep.
Right? Like they have no reason to do anything but what they're doing, because what they're doing is clearly attracting a massive audience. So just do what you're doing. Like,
so that reveal was on Thursday night, my time, Japan here, and I went to work Friday morning on 4 hours of sleep. The first class that I had, I knew a few of my students loved gaming. One of them has a gaming PC, the other one has like a PlayStation 5 and a Switch. And he comes up to me and he's like, "Sensei, Switch 2, Mita," which basically means, "Did you see the Switch 2?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it." And he's like, "I'm so hyped."
Yeah. That's it. Here's the thing about, and this is one of those things that like content creators and
social media,
like Twitter, social media people are so detached from actual reality, and they feel like everything has to be catered to them, and it's weird, man. It's so wild. And I get it, like they, you know, influencer and all that, like they kind of help to dictate, but like this is Nintendo. Like Nintendo doesn't deal on the same level as everybody else. They just do their thing.
They do their own thing. That's all they've ever done.
And when they fail, they make a note of it. They go, "Oh, Wii U, wow, we didn't really get that one working the way we wanted."
Oh, I mean,
you know? No, I love
flopped hard.
I love the
3DS
Wii U.
stumbled hard. The DS, I think, did decently when it came out.
Yes, did well.
DS did really well, and then
Yeah.
3DS like huge, man. The
Yeah, I'm pretty
DS
sure
took
DS
off,
was like their
like-
third best-selling console or something like that.
After, yeah, the 3DS eventually did sold really well too. But I think the DS didn't get off as big as like the GBA did, because they did the whole, oh yeah, the DS is just one pillar. We have the Game Boy, we have the GameCube, we have the DS, and yeah, I'm just thinking. I mean,
Here
Nintendo
we
does
go.
their own
Best-selling
thing,
console. And actually, the Nintendo DS is their second best. It's right below the Switch.
but again, it's like you're not hearing what I'm saying here. 3DS also sold really stupid well, but it took them like a year, and they had the whole ambassador program.
According to this, the 3DS is below the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. It's below the Wii, below the Game Boy
damn,
Advance.
I guess it really did sell like shit. Okay.
Remember,
did catch up.
the DS sold extremely well. The 3DS, not so much. It is so based on these
Really?
numbers right now.
I thought it caught up.
The DS hit 154 million. The Switch, I think, hit. Didn't the Switch hit 160? It beat the PS2, didn't it?
No.
No.
Oh, did it?
No.
I don't know, dude. I just.
No, they keep bumping the note.
Oh, they keep bumping the numbers.
every
I
time it
thought.
gets
Yeah.
close.
bumping the number.
Okay. Whatever.
Switch
No,
hit
yeah,
like
1,000 more.
150.
Okay,
Switch hit like 150, and then Sony was like, "Oh, by the way,
160?
actually, PS2
Yeah.
hit 160. Actually,
Yeah.
just so you guys know."
Some
And
program bullshit.
I was like, Sony, you're lame.
Yeah.
Like you're so lame.
Game
for
Boy
that.
and Game Boy Color, 118 million. The Wii hit 101 million apparently. Game Boy Advance was 81 million, and finally the 3DS was 75 million.
And it's like what's crazy is people they were showing Mario Kart right at the thing, and people were like, "Oh, we saw the new Mario Kart. Mario Kart's stupid."
It's
And
the
it's like
best-selling game.
it's like Mario Kart is like the best-selling console exclusive of all time, dude.
Why do you
Like,
think? Why do you think
who
they haven't
said
made a
that,
new one
though?
yet until now?
Who are these people shitting on Mario Kart?
It's the like the social media and the YouTubers. Like this is the thing about modern quote unquote discourse in gaming is like and just generally online, everything has to be negative. It has to be negative because the algorithm feeds that.
Oh, that, yeah.
So everyone's like, okay, like what like Maximilian Dude was like, oh, what do we have a new Switch if they're not going to make it like really awesome? If it's not going to compete with PS5 and Xbox Series X, like what's the point? It's like because Nintendo wants more power, and the 150 million Switch owners are going to see this and go, oh my god.
Well, not to mention the
Like-
fact that I want to be again. I think the price is going to play a big point into it because it's not going to be the power of the current gen consoles, and it's not going to have the OLED screen, and they're going to be able to probably sell that
Keep the
for
price
cheaper.
down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
You
don't
do
think
that.
many people give a flying fuck about OLED screens. Nintendo was smart.
they
not to
don't.
use
Yep.
OLED.
Yeah.
Yep.
No one gives a flying fuck about
Yeah,
it.
no, Nintendo's player base does not. They got more sales out of hardcores like me for upgrading to OLED.
Yeah.
But overall, Nintendo's player base does not care about OLED. They do
Well,
not.
and if
care.
like Lethal and I even mentioned this in the video we did beforehand, where if you're one of the people like Lemon and I, where the Switch barely leaves your dock, like maybe once a year or something like that, you're never gonna notice it. You're never gonna see the screen.
Yep. If I'm taking something, most of the time it's my Steam Deck anyway.
In fact, I think the screen on my current Switch is starting to come off. Like the adhesive around it's kind of coming
Actual
off.
screen.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
granted, you've had that Switch since what, 2017, 2018?
Yeah, if it's a launch Switch.
launch Switch, yeah.
Yeah, same. I don't think my screen's coming off, but
Second set of Joy-Cons and everything.
I gave my launch Switch away to my friend because she was like, "Oh, I don't like." She's like, "I don't like OLED screens because they're too bright." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, I have 3 Switches. Do you want one? She's like, well, I could take one for my nieces and nephews, and I'll play probably stuff on it. And I was like, it's Minecraft on it. She's like, oh yeah, I'll take it then.
I mean, I can believe that though. Like bright screens are really bright. Like
They
it's
are.
not even OLED. It's HDR. It's just standard like LCD LED TV. And like I was watching a movie. No, I was watching oh god, what's that horror movie that takes place in like Sweden? Oh my god, I love this movie. But the whole movie takes place in the middle of the day, so it's really bright. And I just remember thinking, fuck, I just got to squint through this whole fucking movie. Because it was like full on brightness, because there's just nothing but like white backgrounds and stuff.
Turn that blue light blocker on real quick.
Yeah, it's brutal. So I can kind of get that.
But yeah, I just think that like everything around the Switch 2 that's negative is just so like you're boring. You're boring.
Hot takes get views though.
Yeah, sure. I mean that's what I'm saying is that they're using that negativity and that just to like drive views because they know the algorithm's gonna pick it up and then more people are gonna see it and then people are gonna quote tweet it or share the YouTube video and go like, this guy's so dumb. And it's like I just wish it wasn't so so favored. Like you can't be excited about anything anymore. You know,
those same people are gonna buy a Switch day one. It's like Pokemon games.
Yeah, well, it's
like
how many people? And Tallen, you can back me up. How many people were out there going like PS5 Pro? It's a ripoff, dude.
A ton of people.
It's a ripoff, and then they were like, well, like I'm not gonna name any names, but someone who just left IGN recently to start their own thing was like, yeah, you could just build a computer, a PC, and that'll be better. And then goes like, oh yeah, I've got my PS5 Pro now, day one. It's like, you suck. Like you suck. Like, just be excited, and it's okay. Like if Xbox came out with something really awesome and had games on it,
he would have jumped on it. He would have jumped on that bandwagon so fast.
I would have been on it. Like if Xbox gave me a reason to buy their console, I would buy one. You know, like I don't mind that. That's why I buy Nintendo. I don't buy Nintendo because like, it's technologically superior and I can cloud shit. No, it's like I want to play Mario. I want to play Mario. The only place I can play Mario ethically,
fuck off, Talon,
is nice. Talon is Switch. You know. Like if I want to play Mario Odyssey, I gotta put it on my Switch. If I want to play,
but you can play it better if you just play it. I forgot what the emulator was.
the emulators that Nintendo bought or shut down. Those,
but they admitted they were legal though.
Yeah, that was the funny part.
After they bought and shut them down, yes.
Yeah, it's totally legal. They're gonna bankrupt you, but it's totally legal. Don't worry about it.
The reason is because they stupidly got the what's it called? They had that Patreon.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. Why would you do that? You know what really does suck about Humble Choice is like this month, I'd probably skip it. Like Fort Solis, I'm a little interested in because you know it's got what's his name from Red Dead.
What's his name from Red Dead?
Roger Clark, right? Arthur.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then it's got Troy Baker, and they're supposed to be the main roles. Does not have good reviews, it looks like. 70%. Like, I was like, I wanted to play that just to see what they were doing, but I haven't heard any of this other stuff. Blasphemous, I've heard is good, I guess.
It's hard as balls, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Dead Cells gets really hard.
Dead Cells, you can make it really easy, though.
You can. But like,
Bobby, actually, before I completely forget, sorry to cut off, but so as someone who actually has worked in the gaming industry and tested a bunch of stuff, based on I know part of it's rumors still, but based on the rumors of how powerful the Switch 2 is going to be and what we expect to see from the custom NVIDIA chip that they are most likely working with again, just like they did with the original Switch, do you think that the Switch 2 will, for the most part, be able to handle any game that is at least on the Steam Deck? And then a couple that with the upscaling that it most likely will have. Do you think that I personally think they should be able to, but I want to get your thoughts and opinions on that.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've heard, there should be DLSS, and if they have DLSS 2, they're going to be in a really good spot. If they have DLSS,
I've heard DLSS 3 is the rumor right now.
I was going to say, if they have DLSS 3, then they're fine. Like, if you put DLSS 3 on a PS4, those games would be easy, like 60 FPS 4K. You know, you run them like 720 or 1080.
Right. Well, because the whole point of DLSS is that it upscales it to those higher resolutions where it only needs to natively run 720 1080, which is the Switch can already do. So
yeah, exactly. That's why. And then you couple that with the fact that it's got like 10 times more power than the Switch, at least if the rumored
specs are true, right?
Specs are true. It's like literally 10 times more powerful than the Switch almost.
Right.
Especially in docked mode. So it's like that could be a thing where, you know, will they do it? I certainly hope so. And will it be able to? It will if they have DLSS 3 especially. DLSS 2 still could do a lot. Like I can easily crank Ultra on my ultra wide or even Ultra on 4K, play it on my TV, play Red Dead 2 on my TV in 4K Ultra with DLSS 2.
So DLSS 3 would just simply make it better.
DLSS 3 is just it just makes it better. So even if they have DLSS 2, they should be able to get a lot of stuff. Now, remains to be seen whether or not if they keep this upcoming generation going for 8 years, if it's going to hold up like that. But we're not seeing a huge adoption of 8K right now.
Thank God.
So, you know, could be like the 3D TVs where it's just like, oh, well, you know. We don't care.
We got Doom Eternal right on the Switch. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
well, I mean that's you know, it's like Zelda team. It's like Black Magic.
Well, again, and it also, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Wasn't a rumor or what was going around is that Tears of the Kingdom got delayed and they basically got a full year to optimize it. Is that correct, or is that just a weird rumor?
I can believe that.
That's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
that's what I thought. Yeah. So I mean, Nintendo's actually given their developers time to optimize. I mean, shows that shows right there.
Yep. Who said no to Are You Excited for Switch 2? Come on.
People who want to stir up drama.
Yeah, well, you know,
those clicks, guy.
I guess some people just they don't care.
I honestly am just laughing at the whole like, oh, they're copying the Steam Deck and ROG Ally or whatever. You know, it looks like it's someone. I'm like, really?
Do you guys just follow window lickers on your Twitters or something?
No,
like,
they show up on the For You page.
Because the
They
algorithm
show up,
is designed to piss
Oh
you
my
off.
god.
So, and we have to stay on For You because that's where news comes from.
Yeah, we have to stay on it, unfortunately, because I'm not going to follow them. So
yeah, I'm not going to follow everybody. I can't follow everybody, and then my following just looks like For You anyway. So.
Oh crap! I made that mistake. Why is this Yoshi holding on to a bullet bill? I don't like this.
He's waiting, preparing.
Probably waiting till the end to try and use it. Someone needs to lightning him so he can get rid of it. Yeah, he's literally waiting to the end. Oh, there he goes.
Smart cookie.
Yep, there he goes.
Thanks, game. What am I gonna do with a fucking green shell?
Hit somebody with skill. 9th. Yay. Didn't get anything. Oh no, I'm hoping for the like 400 price point, and I'll call it good. As long as I
think
would
if they can
love
hit
for
that,
those
they're
price
gonna
rumors.
be-
I know I think they were already confirmed to be photoshopped and everything, but I would love that price point. I would absolutely love it for the yen. I would love it. Oh, it'd be super nice.
That's really funny. I see that I have friends playing Master Chief Collection and not Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah,
why.
everyone was Halo 2.
I wonder if on there, I would laugh so hard, and honestly, I'm kind of for it. If the Nintendo Direct that's supposed to be in April shows off the Master Chief Collection. or
Tallen,
some kind of remake of Halo 1 if those rumors are to be true.
Alan, should I do a Hi-Fi Rush 2 years later?
Oh God, yes you should. Yes you should.
My review that made so many Xbox fans angry.
Review the PS5 version of it.
That would
Oh
be
yeah, you
funny.
could just play it on the
But
PS5.
I don't want to pay for it. I already got it on Humble Choice and I didn't want it, but I took it because it was on Humble Choice.
Oh, well, just play it there.
But
You'd have to reference that video a
PC.
bunch, though. Is what you'd have to do, because then people will find it again. And despite it being the most negative, disliked video we have on the channel, it still pulls in comments and views. It still does.
Lemon, did he ever tell you the upvote to downvote ratio on that video?
He showed it to me when he was
Yeah, it's
back
like-
in the States a couple years back.
It's
and
like
was-
8% or something.
pretty good.
I think it's gone down, actually. I think it was at 6 last I checked.
I don't even know, but that's so
I'd have,
fun.
I'd have to
I
search,
just-
yeah, I'd have to find it again, but I'm pretty sure it's still very low. But it
Like,
is
honestly-
interesting though, because after you released that video, and it's obviously been a few years now, they're not all the time, but there are more comments now that are like, you know, actually, it's not the greatest game. Like, it's fun, but it's got some issues and everything. And I'm just like, oh well, I guess the hype died around that one.
because I had to change my. Oh.
I will say it was still sad what happened to them.
Yeah,
Getting shut down.
I don't want a studio getting shut down and sold off, but at the same time, I'm like,
Well, I mean, it was
That
on
game
Microsoft to
was-
not.
Couldn't have to a better studio, huh?
Jesus, Lemon.
let's see. Let's check the old analytics here. Hey, this video got us 13 subs.
I doubt it's picked any subs now, but yeah. It's,
No, not now, but
back then,
over time.
I mean, because we were at like what 200-300 subs or something like that. So
It did within the last 100 days. It got us 1.
so what's the dislike at right now?
It's under engagement, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's 8.9. Let's go.
8.9. Oh damn, it went up.
Single-handedly dragging the channel average down. Yeah.
Don't worry. As we continue to grow, that video will continue to grow as well, because you know more people are going to be like, wait, what did you say about this? And then just more comments show up. And
I don't care.
no,
Like,
I don't care either.
I really dislike that game so much, and it was so like maybe if I tried it now, because that was like when we were going hard on reviews and
Yeah, we were trying to do more reviews and everything then.
yeah, I was playing a lot of like really great stuff, and I get it. Like people are like, oh, it's like a PS2, PS3 game, and I go like, yeah, but like it's not PS2 or PS3 time anymore. Like those games should have evolved since then, and this literally feels like a PS2 or PS3 game, where it's kind of like janky and clunky, and we expect more. And
Block, it's a shame I don't have Nintendo Online anymore. I'd smoke you all. Let me guess, you were the Wario guys who just used the same cart the entire time, weren't you?
Probably has the super DLC card.
No, he does have the Super DLC cart. I got the DLC cart. He has the Super DLC cart, and he probably wears the DLC helmet. So
Cheating son of a bitch. Disgusting. Absolutely repulsive behavior.
you could play for $4, Flock. Not you don't have to pay us. It's just
yeah. Or I mean, what you
$4.
literally do is grab some friends who play Nintendo stuff, and you make a family account. That's all you do.
Yeah, I tried to do that with my brother, and he's like,
funny.
I don't know. And I was like, dude,
Why wouldn't you do that? That's literally costing you pennies to play online and everything. You know,
I was like, dude, I'll pay for the majority of it, and you just pay me 20. Like, how about that? I'll pay for.
wait, is this the
60.
same brother who literally took Mario Kart from you to play it on stream?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's the other one who makes a lot of money.
Why the heck is he
he's like-
complaining? That'd be like
he's like,
Lemon
"Nah."
complaining about it.
It costs too fucking much,
I was
right?
gonna say Lemon is about to complain about it because he said that.
It's like you're asking me to say these statements.
Yeah, but Hi-Fi Rush sucks. Yeah, I
You know,
still
it honestly
firmly
could have done a
believe
lot
that.
better if, I don't know, Microsoft actually marketed it, which is why I'm super nervous for Avowed coming out, because I'm like, you guys are not marketing this at all.
That's true. They were like, oh, it comes out in 30 days. I was like, oh, I forgot that was a thing.
I only know
thought
because
it was
I try to keep up on as much stuff as I possibly can. I
Like,
mean,
I
I was
still wanna
originally
play
worried
Indiana
about it with the
Jones,
whole February release date. I'm like, why are you putting it in February at first? And then my second thing is like, there's no marketing on this game, and you have less than a month until this game comes out. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I haven't seen any marketing for Monhunt either. The only reason I even know anything about it is because everyone's flipping their shit about it.
Well,
That's not marketing.
but Monhunt at the very least, I mean, they had the open beta, which did crazy numbers for them, and they have another one going on, I think, next weekend.
Oh, boring. Monhunt is such a boring game, and I want to like it, but I'm like, what is going on?
I want to like it too, but I just can't get into it. It's not for me.
Oh, boring.
But regardless, though, you and I don't matter because that game is going to do super well. It's Monster Hunter. It has its name alone is going to do well.
What have I said so many times, gentlemen? I said some things are not made for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything should be made for me. They should make everything easier. They should make everything more homogenized, so I enjoy everything. I'll give it, take like my money.
It's like I will never, ever understand how Call of Duty sells so much every year. I don't understand it, but it does. It's not made for me. It's made for the.
They're about to make a lot more money with the Switch too.
I don't think the Switch audience though is like the Call of Duty. You know what I mean? It's like how Fortnite doesn't really do much on the Switch.
I thought Fortnite did very well on the Switch.
Probably not.
I know Minecraft does. I know Minecraft for a fact does.
Minecraft does because Switch is casual, like Minecraft.
My nephews, they play Minecraft all the time, and every time I see them for family gatherings, I'm like, guys, play other games. And luckily, the oldest one has started to branch out, but the two younger ones, I'm like, I'll get you there eventually, you two.
What did I just tell you about my friend who I gave the Switch to? I said,
yeah, the moment you said Minecraft, she's like, oh, I'll take it.
Exactly. It's like she used to play just Sims all the time, and then Minecraft came out, so she plays Sims and Minecraft.
I was hoping they got rid of the Sims.
No, she still plays The Sims 3, which is one I worked on. So
didn't that come out in like 2007?
8, I believe. I think it was right after I started at EA because I remember testing it. I think it was 2008, pretty sure. Or maybe I was testing DLC. I don't remember. But
okay.
Yeah, I know I tested some Sims 3 a bunch. But yeah, it's you know, but some people, that's their game, you know? It's like, Tallen, you and me played Destiny for a long time. Lemon, I assume you had a game like that at some point, Call of Duty or Fortnite, or you know what I mean?
Bad Company 2, I think, was his game.
Well, Bad Company 2, then, yeah.
There you go, right? So, like, you get those games where you just get locked in and you'll play them for years, you know?
No.
Dude, I played Destiny for like 8 years before I just fell off, you know? Like, before I finally hit a point where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just like play this super casual now. I can't care enough. I can't.
So anyway, Talent, I know you said not to go to Japan in the summer because it's hot, but if I was to go in the summer, what month is the best? I want to go for my 30th next year in between summer and October. Oh God, why are you doing this to yourself?
What's the hottest, most humid month, Talon? Give him that.
August. August, to be perfectly fair. August.
Wow, you are a real son of a bitch. You know that?
August.
That's a horrible thing to tell someone to do.
We want his dumplings sticking to his leg, if you understand my meaning.
Yeah, August, to be perfectly honest. Oh crap! Why did everyone like leave this lobby?
Every fifth step's gonna be a funky step.
Trying to hit every season, and I want to see the fireworks show, to be honest. Okay, so first off, if you actually want to see the like Tanabata or Hanabi fireworks festival stuff, don't go to Tokyo. First off, you're not going to see them there. You have to go to like other areas. Like, I don't even think Kyoto does it. I would say go to like Kobe or Hiroshima or Fukuoka or something to go see the fireworks. And second, you're going to hate yourself for doing it. You don't come here in the summer. I'm sorry. I try to escape it every year. That's why my wife and I are leaving for 3 weeks in August. Like, we are literally leaving like the 2nd of August or something like that. And we're not coming back until late August.
My man.
Talon, just want to throw this out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what like technical jargon is?
Technically, yes.
I assume you do, right?
Yes.
Like right. So like when you throw out like, oh, if you'd like to see the Funawanabuta or whatever you just said, you and Flock understand the greater all of us.
Well, that's why after I said it, I said the fireworks festival.
Our brains go, nerd.
That's why I said if you want to see the Tanabata or Hanabi, aka the firework festival, that's what I said. I literally said the fireworks.
You could just say if you want to see the fireworks.
But I know he knows what I'm talking about because he does his research and everything. So I cater the question to him, and then I say what it is to the general audience.
But 50% of the people in this conversation are not weebs, and that's assuming there's no audience. Just throwing this out there, man. That's like if I was to sit here and start talking about, like chromatic medians, and you guys would be like, and I'm like, no, it's like when you hear this sound, but it's called a chromatic median. Like, you don't care what it's called, chromatic median. You know what I mean? It's too Japanese, is all I'm saying.
Well, maybe you should expand your horizons.
Maybe you should remember where you come from.
Remember who you are.
I was about to say, I'm gonna hit you with the Mufasa. Oh god.
I didn't want to hit the all season, so I'd sell them better.
Weeb. Most weebs don't care. Nobody but weebs cares. The Japanese don't care, but the weebs care.
No, the weebs only care about going to Akihabara and going to all like the.
He just did it again. 10 seconds later, Lemon.
That's literally the name of the place. I can't say anything different.
I do know Rocky Hot Bros because I went there.
See? Jesus, mother freaking Christ on a stick.
I visit them.
Yeah, I'm not.
And all their stores there are really like they're tower-like. So I went to this like computer shop with like 5 or 6 floors.
Yeah.
And like super small narrow stairs. I thought I was gonna fall down them.
Yep.
I'm thinking to myself, man, I feel bad for the poor guy buying like a monitor here, trying to lug that fucker down the stairs.
The only reason I go to any of those PC stores is because I compare prices, and then whichever one has the best prices, that's where I get it. So.
Block says the Japanese absolutely do care about their public holidays. How would you know that if you weren't a weeb?
God damn it.
Savage.
Tallen with the F is Tokyo, you weeb. God damn it. God damn it, Bobby.
I know. Tallen's such a weeb, he has a Japanese address.
What the fuck, man?
God.
Jesus.
I would go to Japan, but only to go to Japanese Disneyland. I go to Disney Sea. Don't go to Disneyland.
What is Disney Sea?
It's so basically think Disneyland. There are 2 parks though. There's Disneyland and Disney Sea. Disneyland is definitely more catered towards like the family and kids type of thing, whereas Disney Sea you can actually drink walking around the park and everything. And they have different attractions and rides and everything essentially.
Marine World for Disney or
no, it's still Disney themed stuff. It's just that it's a lot more catered towards adults and like people in university. So
I
mean you can go there with kids though. It's not like you can't.
You know, I haven't been drinking very much because I've been like trying to work out and stuff and lose weight, and it's been pretty nice. I'll be honest.
California Adventure, but for Japan, kind of.
California Adventure is awesome, which is really weird because it's in California.
It's not very awesome.
Well, it's like you'd think you'd make this in Florida. You know, so
why would you make a California Adventure in Florida?
Well, because like the whole thing is like experience California, but it's like we're in California. If I want to experience like going to the mountains, I'll drive 2 hours to the mountains. Like it's not that serious.
Out and find a new server. It's only like 5 people in here.
Actually, this is probably my last race. I do gotta go to bed.
Okay.
You got work tomorrow?
Yeah, I always gotta work.
Dr. King's birthday.
I know. It's also Inauguration Day, too. So it should be a really fun day tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to waking up tomorrow morning and seeing the craziness online.
That won't lead to any uncomfortable conversations or anything.
Not
never,
at all.
Never.
It's like the days lined up perfectly.
Wild.
All
Wild stuff.
right, my dudes. See you guys later.
Later, man. I'll do a few
All
more races
right.
before I head off.
Take it easy, Lemon. Mr. Troll.
I mean, this. Oh, Lemon. The fact that he leaves and Toad's Turnpike shows up.
That's just how it goes.
That's how it goes, man. Now I gotta message him. Right as you left.
Kind of like California Adventure and Epcot had a baby. Okay, I can deal with that. So many people from the company that I was working at that I recently got let go from have Disney passes. So now I'm going all the time. It's great.
I was like, you have Disney Pass. You've done that for a while.
Yeah, I might actually upgrade my the new passes go on sale on Wednesday, I think. So I might upgrade my pass to like the top pass because apparently you get free parking with that, which is like $35 every time.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that alone, going more than once a month, which I could because then I could go any day. Like even if it was just like, oh, you know, different job. I got off at 4 today. I'm just gonna go. Anyway, ignoring Bobby being a super patriot American, I want to come in fall or summer next time, and I heard October is super busy for tourists, so I was considering summer.
Is October super busiest for tourists? I'm trying to
You
think.
should know, Flock, as a citizen of the United States, that everyone is a super patriot American.
I'm
And
just
if you're
shaking my,
not,
I'm just shaking
you're
my
a
head at all the
communist.
American news I say. I'm just like, oh my god.
You're a commie socialist, ruining our country, our great, great country, with no health care, or housing, or rights, or you know. Y'all remember when they said we were gonna get student loan forgiveness? That was wild, dude. That was crazy, man. October had 3.5 million tourists this last year, even more than Sakura season. Shouldn't be surprising. Yeah, if I was going to Japan, I'm not going in the summer, dude. I'm not going to an island in the Pacific in the summer. Not happening.
What man.
Oh, I gotta not forget. I'm trying to get into the Switch 2 thing, the experience.
Oh, good luck with that.
It's a drawing, so it's random. So,
Yeah. Well, that's why I said good luck. So
hopefully,
yeah, I think
If I
the
do,
Tokyo one I think is like in May or something like that, and I'm just like, May is like the worst timing for me personally.
I would go. I might go overseas. I know I do need to travel more, but it's just intimidating going to Japan.
That's why
'Cause,
you
you
come
know.
and hang out with me, and then I can just show you around. Not that
Yeah,
intimidating.
let me hang out with the 6'4" bald white dude. That won't make me stick out like a sore thumb.
Thank you very much.
Sore thumb.
Hey, at least you're not hitting your head on the top of the train doors or anything.
And
Which I've had to
a
be very
6
extra careful ever since shaving my head. So
I'm a 6 foot tall, like 200+ pound Mexican dude. They'll call me Godzilla over there.
yeah, see, summer's also typhoon season, so I don't really recommend. All right, to be perfectly honest, come in. If you come at like the very beginning of October, you're actually fine because it's after September, and it's not that bad for tourists, at least in my personal opinion. Maybe areas like Kyoto and Osaka are different, but Tokyo is really not that bad. I think the reason there were so many tourists last year was because of how weak the yen was, especially at that time. But I would say at the very beginning of October is when I would say come.
Ooh, I forgot I own Die on Life too.
Bro, being in Japan is less scary than anywhere in America. Super safe, but also everyone is small, so I never feel worried.
How tall are you, Flock? I feel like Flock is a strong 5'7".
I'm gonna say 5'10".
Strong 5'7". A little shorter than Chin. Cracks me up because like I always give Chin shit. You're 6'1"? Oh my
damn,
god!
he's only a couple inches shorter than I am. All right.
You guys should go around and they would literally treat it like a kaiju fight if you two were walking around the city.
Oh god.
It's 5'7". I don't know. I feel like 5'7" is an offensive height to be claimed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like just 1 inch shorter than what's considered average height. You know, it's just to mess with you, man. Why do I do half the? Why do I say half the stuff to you I say, Flock? It's just to mess with you, man. Because I like you, buddy.
Hey, I only hit my head on one door. Thank you very much.
Oh, he pulled the Chewbacca in Star Wars, just like knocked his head on the door.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey. Okay.
Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered Switch is $19.99 at Best Buy.
Not bad. I was never a big fan of the original Tomb Raiders. I preferred the
newer ones.
The newer ones, yeah. Just my personal taste.
I know the person that the newer Lara Croft is based on.
Oh, like you know the actress, the one who?
No, it's based on Brian Horton's wife,
Huh?
who I worked with, and she is such a sweetheart. She is one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life.
Nintendo, your Mario Kart servers have gone to absolute shit ever since that update a couple months ago.
They updated?
They did some server updates a couple months ago. Like we actually had an update in the game, and then ever since then, like the servers are just trash.
No, I'm about 6 feet tall. I might be like 5'11" and 3/4 or something, but I'm about 6 feet tall. Fuck. No,
Don't worry.
not
You'll still be
always
tall.
angry.
You'll still be taller than most of the people here.
I'm angry at a lot of gaming stuff, and especially the gaming discourse a lot of the time, because I love gaming and it makes me upset that everything always has to be negative and you can't be excited about something without someone trying to dump on you for some stupid thing. I like to play video games, like, and the fact that it's turned into this like giant negativity, like rage bait circle just is frustrating, and that by itself gets me angry. Generally, like I used to have anger problems, I'm not gonna lie, but I generally now am actually very chill. Like at my last job, I never got angry at anything.
I will say that the one nice thing about doing all this YouTube stuff is that it has forced me to just basically grow thick ass skin and be like, not to, because there are times where, especially when all this stuff was starting out, like back in like 09 and everything, I wanted to reply to every little thing and be like, what the F are you talking about? Or da-da-da. And I was like, you know what? Fine. You guys have your little, you guys do your little, negative Nancy, complain about everything. I'm going to enjoy this stuff and only provide constructive criticism. So,
yep. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I will say, if I think something's real bad, I will say it's real bad.
We'll call it out. We'll definitely call it out.
Yeah, it's just like we had the discussion about PlayStation's whole live service thing and how we all feel like it's a massive mistake.
Yep.
And yeah, it's not a good look. Like, don't get me wrong. I like live service games, but they are having a rough go of it. I feel like Microsoft buying up, like half the industry was not particularly good.
Well, I think it caused PlayStation to just kind of overreact. Be like, all right, we got to buy Bungie now to, get some of that live service stuff. And it's like, ooh, yeah, about that.
I think so, but like not really, because I think they saw, like, because remember they had to talk about that Bungie thing. That Bungie thing popped right after Activision, right? It was like a month later.
It was a month later, yeah.
And they had already been talking about it for like a year. So it was likely as a response to Bethesda, but also the shareholders going like, hey, we need a live service.
Yeah.
Like, we need live service stuff. And so, like, they invested in Bungie, and then they were like, let's get all these studios to do it. And it's stupid. Just Like, I don't like. Don't get me wrong. I do not think they only need to do single player. Like, if they want to try to do multiplayer, they want to try and do some live service here and there. Cool, but like, pick the right team for it, and don't make every team start working on it because you want something to hit. It's like, and then don't use God of War. Like, why does God of War need a live? Like, I get it's a popular IP, but no one is gonna play a God of War live service game. Like, I love God of War and I love live service, and I would not play a God of War live service game because that's just weird.
Yep. No, I would never like, touch that shit.
I liked Concord, and I would not play a God of War live service game. Yeah. So yeah, Flock, like, really, I'm actually a very, very positive person. It's funny because like the people at my job, because we're all hoping to get called back now that our contracts have ended. They do hire permanent positions later. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this sucks," blah blah. Like, I feel like we could have used this, and I'm like, just you guys did good. Trust the process. Like, it's very likely they're gonna call a lot of people back. You know, like, I try to be very positive nowadays, especially like my students. Like, I'll be hard on them if they're like not practicing. I'll go, "Is there a reason you're not practicing?" Because I can tell you're not practicing. But like, you know, I go, like, "You enjoy this, right? Okay, so you got to practice it." It's like, it's not a thing that you can just go like, "Oh, I didn't practice." You know, if there's someone super casual, it's like, I go, "Okay, who cares?" You know, they don't want to get better. They just want to have some fun and try and learn some songs. You know, like, I have one student where she works for Meta, and she's like she works like 55, 60 hours a week. And so, you know, she's like, "I didn't have time to practice." I'm like, "It's okay. Let's just, like, if you want to learn a song or you want to just do something, let's do that. Make sure you're having fun." She's like, "Okay." That's all she wants to do. So, like, I don't force her to learn anything crazy because that's not her game. But anyone who does, I will make sure they're doing their stuff. I'll be stern with them when I need to, but I try to make it so they're motivated.
Yeah, that's generally how I approach a lot of my teaching. I mean, obviously it's a little bit different because the kids have to be there, but
yeah,
I will. I always try to look at them and say, "Okay, look, you didn't do your homework, or you're not really trying in this. Which way do you prefer to learn things? Do you prefer things visually? Do you prefer things, you know, talking one-on-one, that type of stuff?" So yeah, I always try to do stuff like that. So.
Yeah. But yeah, gaming does frustrate me a lot because it's such a circle of negativity. Like, every time I try and be like awesome about a game, there's always somebody coming in on social media or like in a YouTube comment, like, they're like, "Oh, this game actually sucks, bro." Like,
those people like, don't know what an actual bad game is. They literally do not know what an actual bad game is.
Yeah, like, really though, like, go play. Dude, I can tell you any number of terrible games I've played. I lived through the PS1 generation, so
yeah. Trust me, you guys think they're bad games right now? Like, no.
Like Gollum.
Yeah.
Redfall.
Yeah.
Those are.
We all know you smack
them. Forspoken was generic.
It was very generic, yeah.
And the writing was bad. The game was like, it was okay.
It was fine. Yeah, it was just whatever. Yeah.
Have you played Ghost of Tsushima? No. Ghost of Tsushima, I actually conceded to Tallen. I finally finished Ghost of Tsushima, and I told Tallen that game did not deserve scores that low. I'm not going to say I think it should have won Game of the Year that year, because Last of Us 2 came out that year, and that game is ridiculous. But I still say, would it had like an 82?
I think at 82 or 83, yeah.
Something like that on Metacritic. I would say solid 86, 87. Like, probably deserve 4.
I personally put it at like about an 89, I think, or so, maybe a 90 at the very highest. I mean, because I think the thing is that, especially for Bobby and I, we can look at a game that we absolutely love, but we can still look at it objectively and say, like, look, this entire big area over here, absolutely love it to the death, and I will defend it day and night. But I do recognize that there are some downsides to it. You know, for Ghost of Tsushima, there were definitely a few repeatable missions or things that you would get towards the end of it, or there are a lot of open spaces where, as beautiful as they were, there was nothing really to do. And especially once you get all your upgrades and everything, it was just like, okay, whatever. You'll see that in the big video I'm doing with Final Fantasy coming up in the next month or so, where I already have 3 pages of things that are just like, no, these are legit problems with this game. Like, and these need to be addressed, but unfortunately they're not. So,
Block, do you see what you're doing right now? You're contributing to that circle of negativity because there's been one remaster of The Last of Us 2.
yeah, change it. Put Last of Us Part 1, then you can make that meme.
Yep, you could say that about Last of Us 1, but
Yep.
you're buying into the negativity circle around Last of Us 2.
Yep.
Last of Us 2 had one remaster.
Yep. And that wasn't even a remake. It was actually a remaster. So.
And I bought it immediately, and I bought it twice.
And you are supporting them to hopefully give us other games that, according
That's
to
right.
Shuhei, we have to do. So
Yoshi P said that I'm the customer keeping PlayStation alive. Flock. I don't want to hear it.
Wasn't Yoshi P who said that?
Oh, sorry. It was Shuhei.
Yeah, Shuhei.
I'm sorry.
You know, the
My
guy who
brain.
just left the indie headspace at PlayStation. By the way, if you ever get a chance to meet him, great guy. He's really cool to talk to.
Well, now he's dead to me because he doesn't work for PlayStation, and I'm a PlayStation fanboy.
I'm going to try and catch up with him again at TGS this year.
I do love that. Like, I've never made a secret about saying I prefer PlayStation, but I love that Lethal just straight up goes, "Yeah, I'm a pony. Like, I'm a Sony pony." Like,
He's always
I'm like,
been
dude,
like that. Ever
I'm
since
like,
I've
dude,
known him.
respect you. Like, yeah, he's like, he just goes like, "Yeah, I love Sony. I don't care what they do. I love Sony." And it's like, oh, okay. Like, that's like, I'm gonna give him some shit.
But even Lethal, like, he knows when to call him out, though.
Yes, he does. Like, he was with us on.
Yeah, the video we just made. Like, he was
Yes.
literally, he was right there with us, calling him out and everything. Like, yeah, he's a pony, but he at least calls him out. You know,
Yes,
honestly,
Flock was-
he's kind of like I almost said Maximilian, not Maximilian. Crap, the Xbox guy who we have respect for.
Oh, Maddie.
Maddie. He's kind of like Maddie, in my opinion.
Yeah, Maddie's a solid dude from what I've
Yeah.
seen. I felt bad when he got all that stuff about Dragon Age Veilguard, like, because he
Didn't like it and everything. Yeah.
didn't like it, and then, like, I guess he gave it to like his editor gave the footage to
Oh,
someone.
that
and
whole
someone-
footage thing. Yeah.
That whole thing, yeah,
I
and he
felt
came
so
out and
bad.
he was like, I made a mistake and I trust the wrong person. But
Oh man, I felt so bad. I was like, dude, that just stuff. And because technically he did nothing wrong. He literally didn't.
no,
like-
he gave it to the wrong person,
Yep.
and they gave it out after he said, like, he didn't like it, and just it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
fuck.
they love their
do
remasters,
really love
Flock,
remasters.
because the thing is I mean, didn't they come out? When was it, Tallen? They came out and said something when they were at like 50 million sales, right? They said something like 20 million people did not have a PS4 that had a PS5.
Oh yeah. People, yeah,
Right.
the amount of people still on PlayStation 4 compared to PS5. Yeah.
No. They said that 20 million of the customers who had bought a PS5 at that point were not
Oh,
PS4
had not been on
owners.
PS. Got yeah.
They were new
I
PlayStation owners,
think
or they had
that's
skipped
correct.
PS4.
Yeah.
So that's like right now, Flock. When you're saying that, that's like going like, oh, I can't believe Nintendo remastered Super Mario 3D World. It was on the Wii U, bro. I don't get it. Like, yeah, a lot of people didn't play it.
Well, so I think they're technically a little different, but the way I personally look at it is that with the Wii U remasters, remakes, whatever you want to call them, because each one is different a little bit, going to the Switch, I can't go back and get the Wii U version and play it on my Switch, right? So it makes sense to go over there, especially with the popularity of the Switch and everything. Why wouldn't you do it? I mean, they literally just had the Donkey Kong Switch game get remastered on there, which is technically before Tropical Frozen or whatever it's called, the second one. So they just did that, and there's the reason they do that, because I guarantee you in the next couple months we'll see that it reached 1 million sales, and it probably cost them nothing to make that. So
Yep.
the PlayStation remasters, though, I would not be surprised, just because again how casual, a lot of casual gamers just simply don't know this because they don't keep up on stuff like this, that they see the thing PS4 on a game like in the store or something like that, and if they don't see the PS5 little logo on it, they think, oh, I can't play it. I can only play it on the PS4. And so
that's
they
the other
most likely,
thing.
okay, and then Sony is like, all right, well, let's remaster this. Plus, I think they've even come out and said that the remasters give their newer developers chances to kind of learn the ropes and everything.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. That's what
yeah.
Naughty Dog says all the time.
Yeah.
They're
And
like,
then the,
they're like, you guys think that we're not working on anything, but The Last of Us 1 and 2 even The Last of Us 1 remake, they were like, yeah, it was a small team because they already had a full game
Yeah.
with everything done. They were just updating it into the new engine.
Yeah. So
With the new,
so
like,
that's most likely why they do it. And then also, again, going off what Shuhei said after he retired and everything, at least from PlayStation, was that if we want to see more things, these supporting some of these remasters is the way to do it. So if you see, for example, a remaster of Sly Cooper come out in the next year, then support that, because then maybe we get a brand new Sly Cooper, or we get a new game from that little team that made that.
Yeah, that's the reason why EA just turned down Dead Space. Like, Schofield went over there and said, "Hey, I want to do Dead Space 4," and they're like, "Nope, not enough people bought Dead Space Remake." Sorry.
Unfortunately,
that's why they didn't do Dead Space 2 Remake when they should have.
Yep.
You know. Well, not like Flock. You're bringing up a point.
Just bringing up a point. We're not going on.
Why are there so many remasters? And that's a great
It is
question.
it's a very good question. It's a legit thing to think about.
But yeah, it's like, you know, it's a thing now where they have strong IP, and it's a very fertile testing ground, like Tallen said, for, hey, maybe there's interest in Sly Cooper, maybe there's interest in Jack and Daxter, maybe there's interest in Infamous, right?
Oh, I love them.
And I was gonna say, Talon's gonna talk about remasters, but the second you say Infamous remaster or remake, he'd be like, "Yeah, buddy!" Like, you know.
Well, the biggest thing I've always hated about the whole remaster thing is just simply people not understanding the difference between a remaster and a remake, because those words are so intertwined, unfortunately, sometimes.
Well, and they are close, right? Remake, remaster.
They can be, and I get the reason why people are confused about it sometimes, and you know, especially when we go back, I would say PS3 and before, if I see a remaster from there or a remake or whatever, I'm way more going to support it, simply because we can't play those games on modern hardware these days. We just can't, right? I would, if I could play my PS3 games on my PS5 or on my PC, or they've released it on PC and everything, I wouldn't even be bringing it up, Infamous, because I'd be like, I can play it on my PC. It's available on my PlayStation. But they're not. That's the problem, right? So that's always been my thing when it comes to some of those remasters and everything like that. So
yeah, and like, you know, remasters are gonna happen. Like, people want old games brought up to a modern standard.
So yeah, that too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See, like, Flock goes, I want a Infamous 1 and 2 remaster, remake, whatever. Like, this is the other thing about people, and this comes down to just like modern selfish society, which another thing that I don't want to get on a whole thing about. But like the whole like, it, you know, what did we just say earlier, Talon? What did I just say? Sometimes things are not made for you.
Oh yeah, things are not made for you. Yeah.
Sometimes things are not made for you. Like, I don't really care about, like, you know, the littlest pet shop, but there's some kids who love it.
Well, I think another thing that maybe we've brought up, I don't know though, is that I think when we see that a remaster comes out, regardless of what generation it's from, PS2, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox, you know, whatever, right? Heck, we'll even say the remaster of The Last of Us Part 2. I think the rhetoric, the online not skepticism, or maybe skepticism, but everyone's headcanon story is that this is all they're working on comes out. It's like you're working on a remaster of a game that already looks good and doing this. But then later, like 2 or 3 years, we'll find out that, oh, actually it was just a small side team doing it. The main team was working on this, and that's why they did it, right? Like, for example, the Horizon remaster, if I remember correctly, that wasn't made by the main Guerrilla team. That was made by a small side team learning the engine and learning how to use everything, if I remember correctly. No?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so in that regard, I know why they do the remaster. Plus, I mean, they seem to sell, you know, it is what it is. But if it's not for you, then just, you know, move on, unfortunately. Because especially in this day and age when games take 5 to 6 years, yeah, it sucks that we don't have another game from your favorite studio that you like. It absolutely does suck. But that's why I say it over and over again. Expand your horizons.
You know how excited
to new games. try new
You know how
things out.
excited I was to see the Heretic thing.
Oh,
like,
the
not-
new Naughty Dog
Yeah,
game.
like,
Oh,
Naughty Dog is like my favorite studio, right? Like, I love Naughty Dog stuff. I think they're just awesome. Like, the close second would be Remedy, right? But like, I love Naughty Dog, and I was bummed when they said we're not doing factions. Like, we spent all this time, and I was like, man, that sucks. Like, but okay, I'm gonna trust they know their process, and they've got something going, because otherwise, like, that's a real big loss. And when they did Last of Us 2, like, I love Last of Us 2 when they were like, hey, $10 for a you know,
the update or
10
whatever.
$10 for the update. Like, I'm down to pay that, and then I bought the collector's edition anyway because I wanted it.
I think that was another problem, and this is more on their marketing or how they showed that off and everything. That whole detail about the $10 upgrade path, if you wanted it, which, by the way, you don't need it, right? But that was at like the end of the trailer, near the end of the trailer, and like not like front and center on the screen or anything like that. Like, it was like hidden, not hidden away, but it was like in the bottom of the screen. And I'm like, and this isn't just PlayStation. This is literally everyone when it comes to how they market things or how they do trailers sometimes. I'm like, why is that information not front and center? That's what gets me personally.
Flock is saying this. Last of Us 2 came out in 2020, and the remaster came out in 2024, Flock. So just throwing that out there.
You're a year off, man. How dare you be a year off?
Well, no, it's like, think about when Last of Us came out, the first one. Last of Us came out, and then what happened? They did the remaster the next year because PS4 was out.
Oh,
and they were like, "Oh,
I thought that was the director's cut or whatever they called it."
No, that was the first one. But Flock, what else are you talking about when you're saying remasters are coming too soon? What else could you possibly be talking about? What other game has had remasters? And I will say, Last of Us remastered on PS3 to PS4. Like, I could definitely feel like that. I bought them both, but I could definitely understand that. But at the same time, you have like the graphical power of the PS4 coming in, and that's what they're doing now. Like, I've been playing Last of Us 2 on the Pro mode. Lord, that game looks good. Still, it's like 5 years old this year. It still looks better than almost anything else I've played, except for maybe Alan Wake 2 and Hellblade. But Hellblade is like literally a walking simulator. Yes, it was The Last of Us 1. It came out on PS3, and then they remastered it for PS4. Because PS4 had a lot bigger graphics capabilities, and it was a big game for like, it pushed the PS3 as hard as it could go.
Not to mention the PS4 ended up selling super well for them, so
yeah,
I'm not surprised they did that.
And The Last of Us just sold super well on PS3, and so they were like, "Hey, you can get a better version," and people like me double dip. Forbidden West did not.
Forbidden West hasn't had a remaster. You're thinking
no, it didn't get a. You're thinking of Zero Dawn, but that came out 6 years ago.
Yeah. So Horizon 2 games, 2 Horizon games. You've had Horizon Zero Dawn, you had Forbidden West, you had a collector's edition or collector's version where both games were included. Nothing was changed. It simply brought the 2 games together. And then you had the remaster of Zero Dawn, which has the $10 upgrade path. And then also don't forget that you've also had both separate releases on PC. So I think what people sometimes get confused is that you see all this Horizon stuff acting like, it's been re-released 10 billion times. And it's like, no, it's had PS4 release. Then you had the PC released. Then you had Forbidden West. Then you had that PC release. Then you had the collector's edition, which was both games combined, going to both platforms. Then you have the remaster of the Zero Dawn. That's, I think, where a lot of people are like, why am I seeing so much effing Horizon? It doesn't help. Doesn't also help that Herman Hulse loves to push Horizon. I love the games personally, but I'm not that big of a fan. Like, holy crap, dude, calm down.
And don't get me wrong, like, I was a Horizon non-believer in terms of Horizon Forbidden West. Like, I was like, why do we need that? Like, that game's only a few years old. And then I played Forbidden West again, or excuse me, Zero Dawn. I played Zero Dawn
Their
again,
name needs to change too.
and I was like, oh, these characters are just straight up dead in the eyes, like in their cutscenes and stuff. And then I saw the improvements, and as soon as they actually showed the improvements, and they basically said, yeah, most of it is
Graphical.
well, yeah, most of it is graphical, and most of it is like the animations of the like characters, models.
Yeah.
And
the character models in the original Horizon was whew. Those
yeah,
did
and the
not hold up
and
well.
bringing the Forbidden West models into Horizon, it was like, oh, I actually get it. Like, I get it, and I paid the $10 for it because I already had Horizon. So I was like, I'll pay the $10 for it, and it's awesome. Like the Zero Dawn remaster is awesome, especially for $10. Like it's like a steal. That being said, if you haven't played Zero Dawn, now you can only buy the new one. So that's a way for them to like have that revenue stream going. And I'm not saying that's the best thing, but it makes sense considering what we heard.
Business wise, it makes sense why they do it. It's we hate it,
Shuhei
everyone hates
said-
it, but that's the reason.
Yeah, Shuhei said, support those remasters if you want new games. Like, okay. Yeah, it's like, and that's how it is done. If you've got the original, they let you upgrade for $10. Like, do that with Red Dead, please. I will give you $10 in a second. I wouldn't even think about it.
That's more.
like,
That's
oh, we
more on.
If they literally said, "Hey, we got like a little bit better lighting and 60 FPS for PS5, $10," I'd be like, "Yep."
That's not
Yep,
on PlayStation. That's more on.
Well, no, that's on
Rockstar.
On Rockstar, yeah, which they just left that game to die, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Because they're gonna do the thing in like 5 years where they go Red Dead Ultimate Remaster, 60 FPS for PS6.
Okay.
But yeah, it's man, Red Dead 2 was good. But yeah, it just I get it. A lot of people see remasters and they're like, and especially like. People say that, but like, look at what Talon's playing right now. It's literally playing the most successful remaster of all time. It
was just released at a time where remasters, I think, didn't have the stigma around them. Yeah.
And it's one of those things too that Sony gets a really, really weird stigma around anything they do, which is very strange. I don't get it.
People pick the one thing the one place they don't like, and they just. Go at it essentially.
Yeah, like some remasters are bad. That's one thing. Like
Star,
if you make
like
a bad
Star Wars,
remaster,
that Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was terrible. Holy crap! All right,
then there's like
look at all. I literally typed in remasters for PlayStation. Let's see. Last was Part 2, Shadow of the Colossus 2018. Sonic and Shadow Generation, that's literally a remaster just with a couple of shadow levels thrown in. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Dead Space, The Last of Us Part 1, Resident Evil 2 had their remaster in 2019. Horizon Zero Dawn had a 2024 remaster. Resident Evil 3 had their remaster, and I know Resident Evil 4 had their remaster. Or was it technically a remake? The Resident Evil 4? I don't remember. Let's see. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. That was back in 2014, though. Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII had its remaster remake thing back in 2022. So, yeah. Again, I think in the end, regardless of where you stand on remasters, remakes, the whole 9 yards, I think the thing, honestly, is to just do your own research and not get pulled. And I know it's super hard for people, but not get pulled into the drama that you see online, especially on social media. If you actually do your research and be like, okay, this game actually was released a long time ago, or, oh, this was only released 2 years ago, why the F are you doing this? Then, okay, make your, let your voice be heard then. But to believe random people online or see comments or all this stuff without doing your own research, which unfortunately I think has been lost in especially the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, just critical thinking. Just critical thinking.
Critical thinking. I'm gonna say scary times if someone was in high school when COVID hit. Like,
oh god.
That was the destruction of an entire generation.
Yeah, I agree to that. Yeah.
Like, unless you actively had like older siblings or parents who were like, hey, keep your head on and like think, you know, like, because most parents had no idea what to do. They were just like, oh, I gotta watch my kid now and I can't go to work. Okay, what? Like, yeah, just do your homework, Billy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's wild. It's wild.
Well,
Yeah, and
I don't know about you, but I remember in high school especially, like we had to do critical thinking a lot.
No,
for,
we had to. Yeah. I mean, I'm Tallen, you're from the No Child Left Behind generation. I was before that, where people could actually flunk out of high school. So, and I knew someone who did flunk out of high school. You know,
I knew
like,
a couple. Yeah, I don't think we could flunk, or you couldn't flunk out, but like you could
no
be
child
sent
left
to. You could be like they got sent to other places to finish out
sure,
school.
like continuation school.
Yeah,
yeah.
like things like
Well,
that.
even me, because I didn't do homework. I was not a homework person, so like I failed classes because of that, not because of like I didn't understand anything.
Yeah.
But just because I was like, I don't like doing homework. It's like, think about when you go to work.
I blame Fine.
Right? I blame Vine. Think about when you go to work. Do you have to like take home like 4 hours of stuff to do? No, you just end your day, and if you do, then you're getting paid a lot of money usually. You know,
I know people who will take their work home sometimes, and I'm like, why? You're not getting paid extra for this. Like the moment my work hour ends, I'm like, if anyone needs to give me, you know, ask me a quick question. Okay, I've got about 10 minutes after my final class, but afterwards, I'm out. Peace.
Yep.
Going home.
Yep. Yeah.
So
And
new and fresh over nostalgia for me. Mostly, I would agree for the most part, and for some aspects. But the problem is getting the newer gamers to take a chance. I would say is the wording I always like to use. Is to take a chance on a game that, even if it becomes a 7 out of 10 for the first new game from whatever studio or something like that. At least back when I was growing up, it felt like, maybe I'm wrong, the sales numbers would show differently. We took a chance on these newer games that would come out, even if they scored a 6 or a 7. And then that allowed them to make a new game after that, or a continuation or a sequel that did extremely well after that. And I feel like now, I mean, you know, part of it is also, you know, I know economic times and everything, but holy crap, we're on 200cc. F this shit. That people don't give certain games a chance sometimes, right? And I'm not saying you need to buy every single game or anything like that, but when a new game comes out that everyone's always just like, oh, we want new and fresh and everything, you need to support those games. Not saying you, Flock, especially. I'm just simply saying you, the consumer, like people. So
the royal you. Meanwhile, work from home guy here. Yeah, like you're a special case. I assume you have social life outside of that. I would hope.
I wish I could work from home. Not gonna lie.
That's the one thing that like one of these. Well, my student's dad was like, "Hey man, I work at a remote company and I'm in a remote networking group. So like, let me see what I can find you," because I told him my contract ended. Yeah, and that's the thing, Flock, is that like people aren't willing to just like play something. Like people were like, a Concord's gonna be bad. I was like, it was kind of fun to me. Like, and I played it. And I had a lot of fun. And like I don't care about the character design. It's stupid. I don't care. Like, do the characters have different abilities? Cool. I grew up in the PS1 era, man. Characters had different abilities and they looked terrible. So, you know.
Well, visually, that's what sells things sometimes.
And it is. I get that for some people, but like, you know, like just let people enjoy things without trying to ruin them. Like, that's the thing is like, and we talked about this like 6 months ago, and I said it's like that movie, or not that movie, that short story, The Lottery. You know that short story, Tallen?
Yeah, briefly I do.
Right, like, so it's like where they pick, you know, anyone who's not informed, it's like they pick someone from the village and they just basically like human sacrifice and like beat them to death, and it's like for their crops and all that stuff. That is literally what it feels like. It's like quote unquote gamers see any game that they feel like they can latch onto with just like the hate train, and it's nonstop. the videos, like even before it comes out, you know, like Suicide Squad, man, that got me so tired of it. And don't get me wrong, Suicide Squad, I had a lot of fun in the first like season, and like with the story, I thought it was fun. No, I still play D2 very casually too, Flock, and I want to play the new dungeon with you, man. We did great on the last one, but I'm not playing contests because I'm old. But like, yeah, with like Suicide Squad, it was like that had no chance. It had no chance.
Yeah.
Because people were like live, and I was like, it's a fun like third person shooter with fun movement. Like, yeah, like the end game, no, it ended up real bad.
I think the thing about performance as well, Flock, is that I think it's like anything, it's a double-sided coin. I think if a game simply can run well, that's a legit concern to have sometimes, especially in this current gen, where there have been some games that release into like, holy crap, this runs really badly. Like it does not run at all. So that legit concern, legit saying like, okay, look, performance sucks ass. Yeah, I'm not buying this. That's fine. It's totally understandable. Right.
And I will even give people who say I'm not playing something at 30 FPS, I will give you that.
Oh, that's me right there. Like, you don't give me my 60 FPS.
Like, if Sony was like, oh, this can only come out 30 FPS, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to wait till you release it on PC then, and I'm not going to buy it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
And then we've even seen that with Xbox games and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I haven't got Flock, I have not played that dungeon since we played it. I think I played it once. It was fun. I had a lot of fun playing it with
from
you
what
guys.
they said.
Yeah, that's the new Destiny dungeon.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Which is like the only reason I would really want to log into Destiny anymore is just like the actual end game stuff when it's new.
I have not touched Destiny since
the
August.
new stuff is so fun when it's blind. Like, it's so much fun because you get to figure it out. Contest is just rough. Flock, if you want to run it, just let me know. I'll play, and I'm sure Crown will hop in. He's been playing a lot of other stuff, but he's always like, yeah, if you want to play, dude, just let me know. But I don't, I don't want to bother him. But if you want to play too, let me know. But yeah, the whole thing is just like, again, it comes back to the negativity. It's like, you can't just enjoy something without someone telling you that's stupid, you're dumb. It's like, dude, I don't look at like, you know what I mean? I don't look at someone who plays Madden and go, you're dumb because you play that.
Okay, they're a little dumb, but
no, like I'm not gonna, like, if you're really playing it and having fun, and they go, oh, it's different than the live service slop. Is it really?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
really?
I'll call sports gamers, as I guess I'll call them. I only call them dumb when they are like, either A, this game is so vastly different from last year's version, and there's like one thing that's different, or two, they're like, it's different from your typical online live service slop and everything like that. I'm like, okay, stop fanboying over the sports games. It's okay if you like sports games. That's fine. There's an audience for it. But to pretend that it is this vastly different game and worth the $120, Ultimate Edition or whatever, it's just like, I can go back and play. Oh, I don't know if I actually can now, but you could go back and play, FIFA Soccer 2015 and look at the 2023 version. I hate to break it to you, pretty much the same game, because soccer has not changed since,
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Those are just live service games, except you have to buy the whole game.
You gotta buy the whole game over again, which,
right? So it's
man.
like,
and there's
like,
a reason
look,
they keep doing it, because it makes them billions of dollars every year. So
yeah, and if you want to do that, like, cool. Like, I'm not gonna go, God, you're just like one of the reasons the industry is the way it is. It's like,
no,
dude,
that's COD players.
I loved Anthem. I loved Avengers. I loved those games. Concord, I had a lot of fun in. I was like, I'll play this. It's a fun, like, old school PvP. Reminds me of Halo. I'm cool. Like, this is cool, right? People did not like it, so it did not last. Made me sad. One of these days, I'm gonna try and get an actual physical copy just to have it. Because people still sell it for like $35, and I'm like,
I'd get it now if you really want it, because I guarantee you that
I'm probably going to just bite the bullet and buy one on eBay, like for like $40, like, because like I want to have that, you know, like I like that game.
so it's a piece of history
cool,
now, man.
Yeah, it's a cool collector's item to have, to say like I have this game that failed, that Sony took off, you know. But yeah, like, yeah, NBA 2K3, 2K23, 2K24, right? Right, those happen every year, and MLB The Show, right, and the wrestling ones, like those are all live service. Call of Duty is just live service, even without Warzone, which is live service, a whole other live service that you have to buy the other game to get everything in Warzone for, and then you have to buy the skins too, and it's like, and then they're adding 2 battle passes at once or something like that, right? Like,
Wasn't that Apex that did that? Did they copy that from Apex?
well, Call of Duty just did that too. There's a whole thing about
they're
it.
copying the Apex thing? Oh god, that's ooh baby, that's
They gotta make back that 70 million somehow.
yeah.
It's
You mean the 700 million budget, you mean?
no, the 70 billion that Microsoft
Oh,
spent on
you're talking about the
Activision.
Microsoft thing,
They want that money back, man. Like, and you know, but yeah, like, I don't know. I just wish I could enjoy games and not have people.
Well, that's why you got it. That's why whenever I play games, just for me, I unplug like my phone. I put it up on my desk somewhere, and I just play the game. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, exactly, Flock. Exactly. And it's all just live service
fun.
stuff. And then people go like, ugh, it's different. No, it's not. It's like, at least I get to play in a cool, like, you know, a cool Captain America costume on Avengers. You know what I mean? Like, I like those characters. I had fun. I played that game almost 300 hours. It was great.
I'm still waiting for the initial news bomb to drop about Call of Duty and Game Pass. I want to know that news. I want to.
And
know.
you can say whatever you want about Avengers. The craziest thing I ever did with a live service game was played 300 hours of Anthem, because that game literally had no content. There was like 3 levels you could play, and you just grind them over and over. And I still played like 300 hours of it.
This
Yeah,
will
play
probably be
every
my
day.
last race before I head off, because there's a bunch of editing I need to do for the project I'm doing with James, and I've not been able to do it, unfortunately, just because of everything going on.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, if you gotta go, man, just go.
I'll get one more race in. So
No, it was worse than Vanilla D2, Flock. Way worse. At least Vanilla D2 had Strike, Playlist, Crucible, Nightfalls. It had VOG. You know, that's not much, but there was what, like 6 or 7 strikes plus Crucible.
I don't remember Vanilla D2 to be that much.
Iron Banner. They had Queen's Wrath early on, which I wish they had brought back. That was super cool. I remember that was my favorite stuff I had, because that was like back when I was like an elitist with Destiny, and I was like, man, I have this Queen's Wrath stuff and no one's ever gonna be able to have this. And then they brought it back and I was like, man. I'm like, you know how hard I worked to get all this stuff in a week? Like, I played that game so much, and that it was like the first week or second week of the game. And then you had to, aside from all your normal weekly stuff you do to level up, you had to go to the Queen's Wrath stuff too. And then I got the ship, and like nobody had that ship for like 2.5 years.
I remember I was God, this was back in 2020, I think, maybe 21. I was actually streaming some trials back in when everyone was still inside. Actually, it probably was around 2020, the more I think about it. But because I was streaming it, and I was playing with Ken, and he was trying to help me go flawless. And I got one of those really extremely rare ship. It was either the ship or the ghost shell for trials. And I remember it was either Ken or somebody else just was like, "Are you?" Just swearing up a wall, essentially. Like, I've been grinding this stuff for years. I still haven't gotten that. And I was like, yeah, I play trials like maybe once a month or something like that. So
yeah, I have not played trials in
the last time I played trials was early 2024, I want to say.
Yeah, it was like that was around and I just it was so not fun that I'm like
yeah.
But I would just straight up go like, because there's a ton of cheaters. Like almost every game I play now, there's someone extremely sus.
I don't, it's funny. I never, at least now, I mean, back then, now I have no idea, but then I didn't have cheaters really to deal with. I just had the extremely crazy hardcore sweats I had to deal with, no matter where my card was or what Bungie would claim of like, if you haven't done anything in the week, then you should be placing this lower bit. And then it was just like, yeah, I've got like hardcore 3-stack Korean teams going.
Yeah.
Like
same. And it's like I would get the teammates that did not ever know how to
they
play.
never did anything. Flock, you played a few matches with me, Flock. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, and then Flock was telling me too. He's like, yeah, they intentionally put like bad people on your team if your elo's high. And apparently my elo's high because I sweated in the game the first like year. And it never dropped after that, even though I barely played anymore, and I'm like an old man now.
I've heard the cheaters have gotten worse ever since Final Shape. I mean, don't fool yourself. There are cheaters on all platforms. I think consoles, they're just a little bit more well hidden.
Yeah, well, consoles, it's like the controller mods.
It's all controller mod things, yeah. So it's not as obvious sometimes. So. All right, well, I'm going to be calling it there for the stream, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Not many chatters today, but we did have a lot of people watching us. So I want to thank everyone who came in and chatted and hung out with us. And we'll catch you guys next week. Let us know if you're watching this later on, what your thoughts are on the Switch 2 and what you're excited for. Metroid Prime 4 right here. Definitely going to be one of my biggest wants. I have a feeling it's definitely going to be a cross-gen game. It will most likely release on the Switch and on the Switch 2. We'll have to wait and see. I think my biggest question is just because of how popular the Switch is still, how long are they going to continue to support the Switch? How many things are going to be cross-generation? That's my biggest question, especially after what we've seen with the PS4 and PS5 and the Xbox One and the Series consoles. That will be an interesting thing. I'm not saying they should cut it out right in here and now or at the moment they're releasing it. I'm just more interested about how much longer they continue to support it. Because if the Switch 2 is supposed to be as more powerful than the Switch currently is right now, can the Switch even play some of these newer games that are going to be coming out, right? Like I don't expect Mario Kart 9 to be on Switch 2. I'd be actually a little shocked if it is. Metroid Prime, though, I do see being on both consoles. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let us know your thoughts below as always. And if you're happen to be new to the channels, follow, sub, like it, all that stuff. And Bobby and I will catch you guys in the next one. Johnny.